This place you see before you is Maxwell Food Center. It is along Maxwell Road and South Beach Road, at the corner of these two roads. And we are going in here to do our, I think this is the third episode, part 3 of the What's Good to Eat at Maxwell Food Center. And if you're interested in this video, please stay tuned. Part 3 is coming right up soon, just in a few seconds. So let's head to the first stall. And the first stall is at one corner of the food center, actually in the middle row somewhere. And we're coming to this place here called Ichia fish soup. And they sell fish soup, two types actually, the normal batang fish and of course with pomfret. You can have it together with rice or miswa. So as you can see here, all the fresh slices of the fish in a refrigerated case. This keeps the fish, gives it a nice bite texture. And this is what I ordered. I ordered their fish soup together with rice. So here is the bowl of super piping hot soup, because the soup is cooked as you order it. After you order it, they will cook it for you. So this is what you get. So this fish soup here is more of the Teochew style, and the soup here is light, clean tasting, and eaten with this chili. So this chili here is I think preserved soybean together with cut chili, and you eat it together with the fish inside this soup here. I really do like soup. The soup here, even though it's clean tasting, is still very yummy and delicious. So what you have is the soup, they cook it for a long time in fish bones to infuse all the sweetness from the fish into the soup. And then you also have this vegetable you can see here. It's called tang o. You don't normally cook, in Singapore you don't find they use tang o very often now to make the fish soup, because this vegetable is slightly more expensive than your normal vegetables. So here I do really enjoy it. The tang o does give it a very interesting vegetable aromatic flavor, slightly bitter sometimes, but still very good. And if you look at the soup there, the soup is super clear but super delicious. So you do have to be careful because the soup is a bit hot. Like I said, freshly cooked. As you can see how clear the soup is, and even though it's clear, don't be spoiled by how it looks, because there is a nice flavor coming from it. Savory, and the sweetness coming from the fresh fish that they use. And I really do like this soup here. It goes very well with the rice. And one thing I also like about the fish soup here is the texture of the slices of fish. So most places in Singapore, when you order fish slice soup, the texture is a normal fish texture, but here the texture here has a nice bite texture to it. Gives it more of a bit of a bite before it gives in to you. So I really do enjoy the fish here, slices of fish, and then when you dip it into the sauce, goes well together. The sauce adds a bit of a saltier, spicy, slightly fermented taste to the fish slice and the rice or whatever you're eating with it. So overall, this is one of my favorite fish soups at this food center. And oh yes, I eat a bit of the vegetables too here. So if you do like fish soup, this place here, you come during lunchtime, there is a long queue, and there is a reason why people queue up for this soup, because they do the soup well. Not the cheapest, also not the biggest of portion, but you can taste the quality and the skill that is used to make this. And if you like it a bit spicy, add in the chili. This is the smaller chili, the chili padi, so it does have a bit of spiciness to it. And I do really enjoy this, especially eating together with soup. You can either, eat it with rice or miswa. Another popular fish that they have is called pomfret. It's a slightly more expensive fish, but I don't really like pomfret because there's a lot of bones and there's lesser meat. But some people do like it because they feel that the fish tastes sweeter. But for me, this fish, batang fish, mackerel, I find it good enough, just good, and yummy and meaty and so good. So yummy and delicious. And of course, don't waste it. Drink it to the every single last drop. And if you go further down the road, you'll find a new shop at this food center. What they sell is noodles from China. And of course, they have dumplings and xiao long bao. In this food center, there are actually 3 stalls, if not mistaken, that sells dumplings. And this is one of them. The name of the stall is called Jianan Wei Dao, or the taste of Jiangnan. So as you can see from the menu there, they sell dumplings and also noodles. So for the dumplings, you have the xiao long bao, you have the fried dumplings and the steamed dumplings. And what I ordered from them is their fried dumplings, which reminds me a bit of the style. I mean, previously in front on top there, the crust, the crispy crust, it reminds me of a time when I went to a Japanese restaurant that sells gyoza or Japanese pot stickers. Also came like this. So what I'm expecting, of course, is crispy. The top part that you see there, yes, it's crispiness, even though it does look a bit overburnt, a bit burnt. Yes, I think they cooked it a bit too hot, but it looks crispy, and there are dumplings underneath there, which I'm going to eat. So this is the dumpling. The crispy part is breaking apart very easily, very brittle. And as you can see, there's a nice thin skin there. Inside of it, there will be minced meat together with chives. And it does look like they did the dumplings well. Look at this. So the bottom part is like fried and the top part is like partially steamed. So a very interesting way of preparing the dumpling. So let's have the first bite. My, did you hear how crispy it was? Oh, yes. Unfortunately, the dumplings were made fresh to order, so in the inside the filling is piping, burning hot. So do be careful when you bite into it. So you have a very crispy at bottom, and then you have a nice chewy skin, which I like, and then the filling, which is minced pork and chives, is okay. And I also like the way that the skin doesn't overpower the taste of the filling, so you can actually taste the meaty filling inside. And here's a cross section of it. You can see minced pork and chives in there. Dip it in vinegar. A perfect match. A perfect marriage. Something that tastes just so yummy. Don't forget to eat the other part too. The dumpling in 2 parts have to be joined back together in the tabe. So even though I do like this dumpling, and I find they do the dumpling well here, only issue I do have with it is the portion size of the dumpling is a tiny bit small. For me, I would like my dumplings to be slightly bigger, slightly meatier, fill my tummy more. Just that this is enough for a light snack, not a full meal. But crispy, skin nice back texture, meaty filling, goes well with the vinegar and ginger. There's nothing much to complain about. Only thing you have to do is just eat it and finish it, which is very easy to do. Ooh. Can you hear how crispy the bottom layer is? Oh my, that does sound very, very, very yummy and good. If we head up further up to the middle of the row, there is a very popular porridge shop. Yes, a porridge shop that opens mainly for breakfast. And the store we're looking for is this store called Janjan Porridge. And of course, from the signboard you know they sell porridge. And here is the menu and the prices. As you can see, they sell traditional Chinese porridge. So if you like porridge, come here and give it a try. And this is what I got. I got their sliced fish, shredded chicken, and century egg porridge. And I also add in a raw egg. What this place does well is the toppings. Can you see the toppings there? You have chives, you have some deep fried shallots. They also pour in some kind of oil, some kind of soya sauce too, and then also thinly sliced raw ginger in the porridge. And I must say, what this place does well is of course the porridge, but what makes it exceptionally take it to the next level is the toppings. The toppings go super well with the porridge, and one of the stars of the show. So if I dig into it, you can actually see how smooth the porridge is. You know, all the grains of rice has been broken up, and it's nice and smooth with lots and lots of ingredients in there. Every mouthful you put into your mouth, you know, you can have some of the ingredients in there. So I must say, they do the porridge here very well, very satisfying. And you need to look for the egg yolk, because you need to break the egg yolk and incorporate the egg yolk into your porridge to make it creamier. Because if you leave it there with the residual heat from the porridge, which was freshly cooked when you order it, it will actually cook the egg yolk. So this is the porridge, and this porridge will be in my tummy soon. One thing you may like to do is to mix the porridge, because like I said earlier, freshly cooked when you order it, so the porridge is piping hot. So please blow on it before you eat it. I do not want you to burn your mouth, burn your tongue, and everything else. Less burning, more tasting is the best. But here, I must say, the porridge is nice and smooth, gives you a very comforting feel to it. It's savory, with lots of different things going on, different textures. You have the texture of the porridge, which is nice and smooth, and then you also have the gelatinous texture of the century egg, the more stringy texture of the shredded chicken, and then you also have sliced fish in there. So when you bite into it, your different bites will have different texture depending on the ingredients you eat. And then of course the taste is savory, and then also you have a bit of a slightly gingery kick from the slices of ginger when you bite into it. And then also the chives, when you bite into it, you've got the chives texture, and then the nice fragrance coming from the oil, and also the deep fried shallots too. And I must say, I am really enjoying this porridge. The porridge here is good, very yummy, very satisfying, generous amount of ingredients in there. Very smooth. I do like the smoothness of the porridge. Until you can barely see any of the rice grains. And then all the toppings on top there. Chicken is also seasoned, nice and little. And then only thing is, I'm not a fan of ginger. They do put raw ginger on top of it. So perfect one. When I bite into the porridge, I get this tinge of pungent ginger flavor, but other than that, I like that. Very good porridge.
quite good for breakfast.
We had some porridge and some dumplings. So what is up next? Well, let's have some dessert. Some traditional Chinese dessert. This is one of the old school stalls at this food center, and it's called 75 Peanut Soup. They serve traditional Chinese dessert soup, hot soup. And here are the prices. So they have 3 types of soups. They have the tau suan, they have the red bean, and they also have the peanut soup, as you can see inside there. So you can have it together with glutinous rice balls. Glutinous rice balls stuffed with ingredients like red bean and peanuts. So this here is the peanut soup. I ordered this together with glutinous rice balls, which is somewhere in there. So one thing really nice about this is, first of all, the nice flavor coming from here. It is not overly sweet, but it is of course a dessert soup. So it is slightly sweet, but not overly sweet, and it has a nice nutty flavor coming from it. And when you drink it, it almost tastes like drinking hot soya bean milk, but peanutty. And I do like the peanut flavor coming from here. As you can see in there, this is the glutinous rice balls. You stuff it in there, and it goes very well together with the soup. And the peanuts cooked until they are soft, but still got a bit of a crumbly texture to it when you bite into it. So this is one of my more favorite desserts when I come to this food center. I've eaten it many times, and I've enjoyed it many times more. And of course, don't forget, this is a hot dessert, so the soup is still quite hot, so you need to blow on it. Do not burn yourself. It's hot enough to burn your tongue, so be careful. But still, I do like the peanutty flavor from here.
The soup is almost like a hot, sweet, like soya bean soup together with peanuts. Peanuts cooked until almost crumbly. You are past easily in your mouth. Hot dessert soup. Then you have the glutinous rice balls. They have different flavors inside. This one here is black sesame.
And so this brings us to the end of our video here. As you can see, there are rows and rows of stalls here with lots of seating for you to sit down and eat the delicious food, hawker food, street food, Singaporean food at this food center. There's just so much food that I really cannot cover all this in just one video. So stay tuned. Within the next few days, the next part of this series will be out, so look out for it. And as per usual, like, share and subscribe. I got Patreon, I got PayPal, support me on those. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next food adventure. I will see you guys around. And yes, bye bye.